Hello, and thank you for joining our celebration of the life and work of Yaakov Malkin. I greatly appreciate your participation in this very important event. Growing up, I experienced Sherwin Wine as the intellectual giant of humanistic Judaism. He was brilliant, he had very strong beliefs and convictions, and a very strong voice that was articulating meaningful Jewish communal life for secularized Jews. And he also celebrated an inspirational emphasis on the power and responsibility of human beings independent of a God. Beginning in the 1990s, as I was beginning my work in organized humanistic Judaism, I began to hear another voice, another strong believer, also brilliant, and just as meaningful. I first experienced Yaakov Malkin through the colloquium conferences of the International Institute for Secular Humanistic Judaism, which were held in North America. He and Sherwin had been connected through the good fortune of Sivan's shlichut, or emissary assignment, to metropolitan Detroit. And if I didn't know better, I would have called it beshert, or fate. They became a fantastic working partnership, Sherwin and Yaakov, for well over a decade together. Together, they organized fascinating colloquia conferences through the IISHJ, and also conferences of the International Federation of Secular Humanistic Jews until Sherwin's death in 2007. It's ironic, again, maybe beshert, probably not, that they died on the exact same date in the general calendar, but 12 years apart. Today, though, we are celebrating Yaakov's life, his ideas, his vision, his enthusiasms, and his work. From Yaakov's fantastically prolific mind, as expressed in speech and written words through numerous books and essays, I learned about the importance of poetic truth, treating the Bible as literature and as an expression of the human condition, Israeli Judaism as a beautiful expression of secular Jewish life and culture, and the idea that culture was vitally important, not just ideas and philosophy. And finally, the pursuit of beauty and aesthetics as a path to human fulfillment, thus our theme for today's program. From my many visits to Yaakov and Felice's house and garden on Uziah Street in Jerusalem over the last 25 years, I also experienced warm hospitality, joyful enthusiasm for our shared work, and the special pleasure of enjoying one's golden years surrounded by loving family. Today you'll see some short selections of Yaakov's contributions to IISHJ Colloquia from the Institute's YouTube channel, and there's more there to explore if you like what he has to say here. Today you'll hear in his own inimitable way these ideas of the dignity and value of secular Judaism, the importance of the Bible to Jewish culture, the value of poetic truth and its insights into the human condition, and the power of reading and rereading stories. And you'll hear about the last chapter of his creative life over his last 15 years, starting and establishing Tumurai IISHJ to train and ordain secular rabbis, of course in partnership with his daughter Sivan. Perhaps one day there will be a plaque installed in that house at Uziah, and the plaque will say, "Here Felice and Yaakov were the grandparents and hosts of something new and wonderful in the Israeli Jewish world, a transplant from North America that took root in Jerusalem and flourished beautifully." And Yaakov never had any doubt that what we were doing, what Sivan and Elise and Greg and Semach and all of our colleagues are doing even now, is very important work indeed. I want to end with a quotation from his presentation on secular Judaism at the Institute's colloquium in 1999. At the end of a marvelous presentation, he said, "I know that we are very small. I know that you can count the people who are engaged in our movement full-time on one hand or maybe two hands. But remember, there was a Jew who had only 12 disciples when he died, and then look what happened." As it says in the biblical book of Proverbs, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, the memory of a good person is a blessing. And so it is.